Luis Diaz was an innocent man, convicted in 1980 for stopping women on the street and raping them. This act was referred to as Bird Road Rapist. Between 1977 and 1979, over 25 women were attacked in a Bird Road rape in Florida. Many were sexually attacked after being stopped in their cars. Luis Diaz became a suspect after the first victim saw him at a gas station where she worked. The victim took down his license plate number and called the police. Police traced the license number to Diaz. The victim identified Diaz as her attacker from looking at the license photograph. An investigation took place after the rape. The 25 rapes that occurred on the road were because of Diaz. In 2005, after 25 years of serving time in prison for actions he did not commit and fighting for his freedom, DNA testing provided his conviction as to being incorrect, and Diaz was released from prison on August 3, 2005, and became a free man since then. In 2003, all Florida prisoners faced a deadline for filing applications based on DNA testing. Luis was one of the prisoners and that was when his innocence began to rise. DNA testing is consisted of restriction fragment length polymorphism or RFLP, STRs, which are short tandem repeats, and PCRs, which are polymerism chain reaction. RFLP is used to cut down the DNA into smaller pieces so that scientists can look for repeats and try to tie these repeats to the perpetrator's DNA. These repeats are the STRs. This way, they can see if the perpetrator is guilty or not. In order to see the STRs, the RFLP creates a chain reaction called PCR to create the STRs, which can then be seen by the eye. After the DNA is taken, it is then placed into a certain type of gel called agarose gel that makes the larger DNA stay on top and the smaller DNA fall at the bottom. The image we see after this process is created is the DNA fingerprint that we use in comparing with the perpetrator's DNA. These techniques were used in Diaz's case. When the evidence being tested was seen as a mixed stain of semen from the perpetrator, and the testing did not detect blood group, substances, or enzymes different to the victim, which shows that no possible semen supporter can be accepted because the victim's blood group markers could have been disguising the perpetrators. That made Diaz's conviction misleading and untrue because the DNA fingerprint that was found does not belong to Diaz. Since then, the CODIS, or the Combined DNA Index System, which is an FBI system that stores DNA details that are generated by a state or local crime, this system is used for justice and to try help the people who are convicted of crimes they did not do to get out of jail. As of March 2002, CODIS has assisted in over 4,790 investigations in 32 states and 2 federal laboratories. I believe that what happened to Diaz should be a situation that many governments should study because until now, many states do not use DNA fingerprinting. And that I see is very, very brutal because many innocent people like Diaz could be thrown in jail without any purpose. And freedom is a part of life that the government does not have the right to take away for no justified purpose.